So what's happening, YouTube? Welcome to It's John TV, and we are back with another video featuring Skap Attack. All right, I just did a reaction of a video of his. It was about Kobe Bryant being over LeBron James. Of course, I have my own opinion on the matter. I'm gonna go ahead and put that video at the top right of the screen. You want to check it out. All right, come back to this one if you want. But anyway, the title of this video is Choke GOAT, the LeBron James story. Okay. I see that Skap Attack, which he has great videos, he makes great points. Of course, us as basketball fans, we are all entitled to our own opinions. Okay. You got to believe what you got to believe. I got to believe what I got to believe. Everything is subjective. All right. But I'm starting to kind of see that he don't really favor LeBron a lot. All right. And a lot of videos that I've been kind of just glancing through and checking out, he definitely goes against the grain and give his opinion on LeBron, which is not really favorable toward him oftentimes. All right. So anyway, I'm interested to see what he got to say about LeBron in this video. Of course, LeBron did just lose along with his Lakers teammates in the first round to the red hot Minnesota Timberwolves, who is currently down, 1-2 against OKC, but they just had a fantastic game 3. That's my personal favorite coming out the West. I got the Timberwolves coming out the West, playing the Indiana Pacers in the NBA Finals. But hey, that's another topic. We want to talk about, current NBA stuff. Just let me know down in the comments below. Let me know who you have. All right, between the 4 teams that's left. Of course, you got Minnesota and OKC in the West. In the East, you got the New York Knicks and Pacers. All right. So let me know down in the comments if you're watching up to this point. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what he got to say about the choke GOAT.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, a common misquotation from Shakespeare's King Henry IV, which has become a popular idiom to illustrate the burden of the responsibility of power, the burden of trying to be the best. Fitting, therefore, that a narcissistic, petulant brat who scrolled Chosen One across his own back when he was still just a teenager, which was also around the same time he donned the
wait, let's look at his background. Finally, we see the genius behind these videos, by the way. Kobe fan, all right? Mamba mentality, Kobe posters. So, hey, Skap Attack, I respect you, all right, because I am indeed myself a Kobe Bryant fan, all right. Look around my studio. I have other angles in different videos, but man, listen, I could count 6 Kobe posters in here, all right. My room is a Kobe Bryant room, all right, because that's my favorite player. But still, Skap, all right, I disagree. I don't really think LeBron James is a choke artist. He did have a lot of bad teams that he drug to these NBA finals. This dude had 10 consecutive NBA finals appearances. All right. That feat, man, I don't even think Bill Russell was able to pull that off. Like, man, it's crazy, dude. And he did that. He drug some bad teams to the NBA finals over and over again. But anyway, not gonna waste no time, man. Let's go ahead. Let's get back to the video, man. But hey, great setup, man. And I can see why he doesn't favor LeBron in a lot of his videos, man, because, it looked like his GOAT is probably Kobe, which to each his own. Everybody has their own opinion, but I can respect it.
Teenager, which was also around the same time he donned the self-proclaimed moniker of King, has been crawling around the NBA for damn near the entire duration of this century, desperately searching for some kind of affirmation that he is good enough, he is smart enough, and damn it, people like him enough to consider him the GOAT. Pathetically enough, though, no one has been pushing this narrative more than himself. But amid his most recent hilarious playoff flameout, a shocking and abrupt gentleman's sweep in the first round of the playoffs on the heels of a stunning trade deadline deal for the second leading playoff scorer in NBA history in Luka Doncic, it is time.
Points per game. Points per game. But we all can admit, all right, I'm a Lakers fan. Love Luka. All right, Luka's one of my favorite players. I own a couple pairs of Lukas, okay? Love him. Would never slander him. But let's be for real. Luka was out of shape, all right? He looked winded against the Timberwolves. And just the fact that this dude was still able to dominate and affect the game the way he did, being that out of shape is amazing in itself. But if we had an in-shape Luka, we probably would have did a little bit better. If we would have had a healthy Anthony Davis, which AD was healthy for postseason for the Dallas Mavericks, and he was effective, I think a healthy AD would have got us a little bit further than an unhealthy Luka. Okay, so Nico Harrison doesn't look like the idiot to me. It looks like he made a very legit trade, which is going to pay off because guess what? Now you got the number one overall pick, which they may go with Cooper Flagg. You still have Kyrie Irving, which hopefully he's able to make a very timely return. It might be later in the season next year, which they may be playing for another high draft pick. So Nico Harrison, man, give the man some an opportunity, but he doesn't seem like an idiot to me. It seemed like that was a very legit trade, even though the Lakers, they get to secure their future. Nico Harrison and the Mavericks, I mean, hey, their future's looking pretty bright with Cooper Flagg. And knowing Nico Harrison, I don't think he's afraid to make a move on Ace Bailey either. I think either one of those players, you could give them time to grow into what they need to grow into because they have a very solid squad. If that roster is healthy, that's a tough team to beat. So, you can't really hold that over just LeBron's head. They didn't have a big man. Your best big man was Jackson Hayes, in which he didn't even get any burn in Game 5. Max freaking Kleber had more freaking minutes than Jackson Hayes. And that's why Rudy Gobert looked like a freaking 2000 Shaquille O'Neal in the NBA Finals. Unstoppable, unguardable. What he had 27 points, 23 rebounds. Something stupid, man. Because we didn't have a big. If we would have went further, we would have got stopped. We didn't stand a chance. And the reason why we had any type of success in the past couple years was because we had a good big man. We had one of the best big men in the game. All right. A top 15 player in Anthony Davis. We ain't got that now. So we really kind of took a step backwards at the trade deadline. Let's be for real here. All right. I didn't talk about the trade because I had a lot of stuff going on, but I knew what was happening. Oh, everybody asked me, hey, John, what you think? I know I'm rambling a little bit. I'm going to get back to the video, but hey, John, what you think? And I'm like, I don't really know what to think right now. I wasn't really thrilled about the trade, but I was happy we got Luka. But I'm like, we did lose AD. Where's our bigs? Which the trade fell through for Mark Williams, which that hurt. Ooh, we needed him because Rudy freaking Gobert killed us the way he did. And we didn't have an answer for him. Game 5, Anthony Edwards didn't even play good. And here we go getting freaking just annihilated because we just couldn't guard Rudy Gobert. We didn't have nobody to put on him. We had Jackson Hayes, but he always gets in foul trouble. JJ Redick didn't trust him. And that's what we need to do in the offseason. We need to get a freaking big man, all right? Anyway, but that's a different video. I know I rambled. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But let's go ahead and get back to the video.
To sit back and take it all in. The ramifications, the resultant damage.
I'm sorry. Gotta rewind to something.
In NBA history in Luka Doncic, it is time to sit back and take it all in. The ramifications, the resultant damage done to his ever-dwindling legacy. Because at a certain point, the longevity starts factoring against you, as he has now played in 596 total career games more than the ghost he has been chasing and will perpetually keep ending up shy of in Chicago. That is 600 more career games for LeBron than Jordan, and over 100 more playoff games, all to still be standing 2 titles shy. But it hasn't been for a lack of trying, as the mercenary coward king LeBron has been taking his talents to some...
Yeah. I know what I just clicked on just now. I had a feeling. He does not care for LeBron. All right. He does not care for LeBron. And that is very... He has a passion against LeBron. Like, look at his eyes, bro. You can tell, like, he really... You can see it if looks could kill. Oh, my goodness. Man, but... I don't know, man. I disagree. I disagree because the longevity is impressive. All right. Just the fact that he's still been able to be this dominant in year 22 or past year 22. It's amazing, bro. It's amazing. It doesn't work against him. I think it helps him more than anything.
The mercenary coward king LeBron has been taking his talents to some jacked up, ready-made super pairing of all-time great teammates every few years since his aged 26 season. And he will now be entering his aged 41 year next year and still has only 4 titles to show for it, 3 of which came in a 5-year span from his aged 27 to 31 seasons with 2 different teams that had 2 other perennial All-Stars and Hall of Famers on them. In his latest 3 postseason appearances, meanwhile, James has now gone just 2-12 overall.
And by the way, are we not going to talk about 2018? Okay. We're just going to forget that even happened. Like, man, that was like, I think 2018, I think that run was better than the run that he had in 2007. Whenever he drugged that team to the finals, man. Because, man, people was like, man, ain't no way LeBron about to dominate like that. They literally called the city of Toronto LeBronto because that's how bad he dominated that team. And that squad didn't have no perennial all-stars. You had J.R. Smith. Kevin Love wasn't really what he used to be. You know, Tristan Thompson was like arguably like probably like your second and third best player. And like he drugged that team to the NBA Finals, which, I mean, of course, they was going to get annihilated. It was inevitable. Okay. We knew what was going to happen, even though he had like 51 points in game 1, all that stuff. Like he had a very dominant performance, which was ruined by the J.R. Smith, rebound, run to half court, didn't get up another shot the whole 9. But I mean, are we just going to forget that even happened? All right. I don't know, man. Let's get back to the video.
James has now gone just 2-12 overall, and that is while having a fully healthy and engaged Anthony Davis in the last 2 of them, and Luka Doncic for this series, who just made 5 straight All-NBA first-team selections. 2-12, while he is just 12-19 overall since the bubble championship. But yeah, that's what happened as soon as he slithered his way out of the JV trash can conference he had been gallivanting around for the vast majority of his overrated career in, getting fat on meaningless and hollow finals appearances. Yet of his 22-year career now, James has either missed the playoffs 4 times altogether or lost in 5 games or less an additional 7 times. That is over half of his NBA career. And again, it isn't because of a lacking in elite supporting casts. Dwayne Wade is a top 5 all-time positional player. Chris Bosh made 11 All-Star appearances in his 13-year career. Anthony Davis was first-team All-NBA and first-team All-NBA defense while finishing 2nd in Defensive Player of the Year voting and 6th in MVP the year LeBron won his bubblegum chip with him, and that was while Davis led the playoffs in scoring and win shares.
Sorry, y'all. I'm listening to what he's saying, but I got some work stuff going on. That ringtone that just went off was my work cell. So anyway, bear with me, but I am paying attention. So just letting y'all know.
LeBron then traded him in for Luka Doncic, who just last season was
And by the way,
first
did
team.
he just say LeBron traded him? Traded AD? No, that was Rob Pelinka, my friend. But this guy is hilarious, man.
While Davis led the playoffs in scoring and win shares. LeBron then traded him in for Luka Doncic, who just last
LeBron did not trade him, man. That's funny though, man.
in shares. LeBron then traded him in for Luka Doncic, who just last season was first team All-NBA and third in MVP voting. And I haven't even mentioned Kyrie Irving or Kevin Love yet. All four NBA championships in 22 years. LeBron has the most career playoff losses and finals losses. And oh, sure, several sycophantic LeBron apologists out there would have you believe he has just been so outmatched in those series. But his teams have been squarely in those series and have been repeatedly presented with winnable game opportunities.
And why is that? And why is that? I wonder why. I wonder why they had an opportunity to win those games. Is it not because of LeBron James being on the roster, leading those teams? Because I know it's not because of the talent they had on the roster, okay? And you showed the 2007 NBA Finals. Come on, man. Your second best player was Zydrunas Ilgauskas. No disrespect, but come on. Going against Duncan, Parker, Ginobili, Bowen. Come on, man. Those Golden State Warriors teams were tough to beat. You had 3 All-Stars, all right? Perennial All-Stars, Curry, Thompson, Green. Then you add KD? What you expect LeBron to do? KD was at the top of the game, man. This dude he just altered, like he's like Thanos. Like he just altered, like dude, it wasn't even like I don't even think I watched basketball because I knew for a fact who was going to win the NBA championship for those 2 years. All right. It was like, why even watch? So I wonder why they had opportunity to win those games. I'm just saying, bro, because that man right there, LeBron James, all right, I can't give you that one.
Have been repeatedly presented with winnable game opportunities. If only there was some clutch closer out there who could have taken advantage. Alas, James has shot just 8 of 29 through his career in the finals during clutch time, defined as the last 2 minutes of a game within one score either up or down. That is just 27.5% shooting in those such situations. Why?
I ain't gonna lie, 2011, he choked. All right. Yes. He choked. He sold. He is the reason why they lost that series. Single-handedly, you could put that on LeBron, all right? Because Dwayne Wade had a pretty good series. Chris Bosh could have played better. But yeah, 2011, I ain't gonna lie, I can't defend LeBron on that one, bro. You on your own. And then what year was that where Kobe locked him down in an All-Star game? Was that 12? Where Kobe was like picking him up full court and wanted to go at LeBron. LeBron was passing the ball and all this. I don't know, man. But 2011, yeah, buddy, you sold. Yeah, I give you that one.
27.5% shooting in those such situations, while his teams in those games went just 10 and 11 in them. That is the difference. That is what separates him from a winning record in those NBA Finals and the laughable 4-6 he now stands at, while producing a net minus 86 in the.
Isn't he 4-7? I don't know. I gotta fact check that. Let me know in the comments. Whoever got time to leave this video, search it, drop it in the comments. I'll look it up after the video if I remember. But anyway, I thought, because he had 10 consecutive, right? Then he had that one in 2007. Then he had the 2020. I don't think he has 12 finals appearances, but I don't know. Let's get back to video.
Stands at, while producing a net minus 86 in the NBA Finals round for his entire career. Look, there is no doubt LeBron's counting stats place him in rarefied air. A commentary of not just the absurd longevity he has experienced, but also the diminishing defensive.
I'm sorry, it is 10. My apologies. It is 10. 10 trips. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
Absurd longevity he has experienced, but also the diminishing defensive era he ended up playing the back half of his entire career in. And that was amid the explosion of court spacing and escalated pacing. So yes, sure, if those counting stats are your be-all, end-all determinant of all-time greatness, well, sure, you can likely justify LeBron somewhere highly on your all-time list. But just when and in what sports did we ever celebrate losers? Players that shrunk when the lights were at the brightest, when the stakes were at the highest. That simply isn't the deal when we are evaluating the greatest of the greats.
Last time I checked, Jerry West is the logo. So we are celebrating him, and he lost a lot of finals. Yeah, it was to Bill Russell Celtics, but what's the difference? Except LeBron actually has 4.
That simply isn't the deal when we are evaluating the greatest of the greats. It never has been, and it never should be. After all, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Welcome back in for this quick post-credit Skap Attack public service announcement. Guys, many thanks to all of you who have been along with me on this journey to this point, a journey which has landed me now over 70,000 subscribers. If you are still here.
Hey man, salute to you, Skap Attack. That pretty much, I'm gonna finish this on my own time. I'm gonna go ahead and conclude the video. I'm gonna have the link to this video down in the description below. Sorry for the stutter there. If you want to check out this last portion, go to Skap Attack. I'm sorry. Show love. Dude is passionate about his beliefs. All right. He's passionate about his opinions. Sometimes to me, it's kind of comical with the takes that he has. But hey, he's a basketball fan. He knows his stuff. Even though sometimes wrong, I respect his videos. But anyway, check out one of these other videos. Let me know down in the comments what you want me to react to next and get into next, talk about, get my opinion on. And we'll catch you on the next video on this channel. Love you. Peace.